Just because I store on here.
Pushing the stream out. It's pushing the stream out. I think we
okay,
are
that's okay. That's okay.
No, I don't have that stream up. But hey, we're just jumping
What's going on?
We're live on all these channels, man. We're jumping on here just talking about why you should be selling in Canada. Me and Lance were talking and I said, hey, let's just go on a live, Lance. Let's just go on a live and talk to the audience about the reasons why you should be thinking about selling in Canada. A lot of persons are like, yeah, well, you don't make any sales in Canada until Q4, so I don't think it's worth time. But everything has changed now, and we want to just talk about what has been happening for Lance and also talk about what's coming up and the reasons why you should be thinking about selling in Canada. Wow, people are jumping on this live, Lance.
This is. I'm glad they're here, man, because some people might think, "Oh, man, you get nervous, everyone." When there's a lot of people jumping on. Yeah, I did when I first started this thing, but now it's like when you're so excited about something, so confident, you know, when you're a little kid, you want your mom to see like, hey, did you see me do that wheelie outside? Come over here. Watch me do this wheelie, you know? That's how I feel. I'm not nervous at all. Like I can't wait to talk about this because I'm doing it right now and I'm doing it really good. And 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when was it, Barrington, when we first started looking at Canada? I remember all the boys from MMA, hey, go up there, try Canada.
Yeah, it was about 5 years ago. It was about 5 years ago.
And it was sparse. It was sparse. It was like nothing was moving. I would try to sell a bestseller and, I get 3, 4 sales. Here's a sale. There's a sale. My sales right now, every day, are neck and neck. Canada, US, Canada, US, sometimes Canada, US, sometimes US, Canada, but US is never kicking Canada's hiney ever. Sometimes Canada kicks US's hiney. I mean, it's insane. I've never seen something that works so well. And I don't know. It's just very exciting. I don't even know what to say. We just had to hop on and talk about this.
But the thing about this is, Lance, I don't know how long you guys have been following us or if you are following us, if you're brand new to the channel, but when we talk about doing something, it's not in a theory mode, like, okay, we think this is going to work, we read up that this work. And not only are we, totally transparent, but we're going to show you why this works. Lance he's queued up in the back. He's queued up to go live on sharing his screen with the numbers and all of that. So I know you're going to be looking forward to that, but think about it right now. A lot of people are at home, not only in the US, all over the world, but the demand for online, it's not only huge in the US, but it's huge everywhere because, Corona just leveled the playing field. Like everybody is affected the same time. Nobody can say, well, we're cool over here. Nope. Everybody's affected the same time. So guess what? All the demands are at the same time. Boom, peaking at the same time. So we're going to be looking at some numbers and we're going to be showing why you should be thinking seriously about Canada. Not just, it's some channel that you can sell on and you make a couple of sales and whatever. It's not. You should be seriously thinking about Canada. Do you know, I pride myself in selling internationally. And, I'm selling in Canada right now and I'm seeing the numbers jumping. But Lance has taken it to a different level. He goes into the lab and he takes it to a different level. Like, hey, my Canada sales are more than my US sales per day right now. That is something that got my attention. Like, okay, I need to see what's going on, what he's doing, because that's never heard of.
And you know how passionate I am about products in the US, like selling on the US platform, obsessed with Amazon.com. Barrington's been telling me for years to start cross-pollinating. We love that word. Start hopping on different platforms, But when Barrington hears me say, hey, I'm doing good on something other than .com, his eyeballs get big. Like, all right, I'm going to stop what I'm doing here and listen to what he's saying. Like, he must be on to something.
He has to be on to something. And that's the reason why we came on today. Like, we were talking about this and we got so excited. We're saying, listen, we have to come on and talk with the audience about what he's doing right now in Canada. So Lance, if you go ahead and share your screen, I'm going to bring your screen up live.
Not yet. Hold on one second. Just
okay,
because.
Cue that up. Once you cue that up. But just something I am, thinking about here. Today, I started to run ads on my Shopify store. And, I have a team that's doing ads on my Shopify store and I'm making sales. Lance, this is so exciting. I'm making sales on Shopify. I'm, outside and I say, bing, you just sold something on Shopify. Bing. And I'm like, wow, this is working. And guess what? I have products. I have Yodox at Canada Fulfillment Center. And I said to myself, it's just an idea came up like, what if I advertise in Canada as well? I could fill these Shopify orders from the inventory I have in Canada. So I just emailed the rep and say, hey, is it possible to advertise in Canada as well as the US on Google? She's like, yeah, we're doing a campaign and advertise in Canada. And we're going to put them apart so that we can know how much you're making in Canada, how much you're doing in the US. Lance, that was it. I told her, go ahead and turn that on.
Yeah.
Because if I make sales in Canada on Shopify, I can fill
that's nice.
out of the inventory that's at Amazon. Ideas. We want to keep you guys motivated. This is a year that you should not be joking with online. You should not be joking with e-commerce. You should really take advantage of what's happening in e-commerce. I can tell you guys that right now.
Right now. It's just ridiculous what's going on. And I never thought I'd have a 1.2 something million year on Amazon. And that's because of what we've been doing as far as using our time more wisely. And that's the biggest thing I'm going to talk about. We're dropping something, guys. We're dropping a Canada thing. I've been wrestling with this for a month, and not even just a month and a half. This has been going on for like 5 or 6 months. And just saying, Barrington, I can't share this. I just can't share it. I can't share it. It's too good, But then I started to think, like, I can share this because there's so many products out there. I mean, I could still do what I'm doing, and I can still share, and we can all, profit on Canada and do well. If I don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. That's how it works. I want you guys to be the first ones there.
And what's interesting too, Lance, is, for you guys who are joining us live right now, I can tell you, once you hear Lance is wrestling with an idea like, oh man, this is good. Should I share this? And I'm like, listen, we know that our principle is by the Bible. Luke 6:38, practice giving. Sometimes we would think, but why would you're doing good on something. Why would you share that with everybody? Yeah. I'm telling you, it's a biblical principle and it's proven. It is proven. We give, and the results are just amazing. Because what happens is you think you can satisfy the needs of all of Amazon's customers, but you cannot do it by yourself. There's no way. You are always out of inventory. You're always restocking. If that was the case, it just wouldn't make any sense. So, but it's still good. This is still so good that he can only just really help a limited amount of persons, like truly limited amount of persons, because it's brand new in terms of just the strategies that he's using and getting things rolling. So it's really about, hey, how can we just help a handful of people and prove this thing? You know what I'm saying? Help people and prove it. So this is going to be an amazing, and it's coming up to the chocolate. Well, it's in the chocolate time right now, and everybody's going nuts over the chocolate.
I'm glad you brought that up, Barrington, about being limited, because that's really the only thing that was allowing me to continue on this thought of sharing this. Because if I had a bunch of people on this thing, I just can't do it. It has to be premium. It's going to cost a little bit. It's not going to be a cheapie. I have to. It's the only way to make this valuable. And this isn't a marketing technique where, hey, let's make a quick, X amount of money, Barrington. Let's charge a lot for a course. This is just something that I don't want to saturate it. And the people that hop into this first, I promise you're going to benefit. I know I sound like a politician. I promise it's going to work. But if you actually do it, if you don't do anything, then you're going to be like, oh, he promised. No, that's your fault. You didn't do anything. But we've been through this now. Like, I made all the mistakes. I've done the wrong logistics. I've sent the wrong products up. I've done a lot of the things that you might do if you don't learn from somebody like me, like Barrington, that's done this. So we want to give you the opportunity to learn from us, but we can't take a lot of people. This is another thing. You're going to think this is a marketing tactic. It's going to fill up fast. I know this thing's going to fill up fast because we've been doing this a while.
Someone just asked, are you sending MFN and Canada FBA? Like, are you utilizing both strategies right now in terms of merchant fulfill and FBA?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a little bit of everything, the margins are so high up there. Yeah, you can do both. It's not Candyland. It's not like, oh, everything's going to work out perfect. You got to know what you're doing. It's not like, oh, just because I'm selling in Canada, I'm going to make $1 million this year. But it's a heck of a lot easier than .com right now. Am I stopping my .com business? Heck no. We're neck and neck right now. It's just adding income. And if I could share my screen, Bear, if we're ready for that, or
yeah, go ahead and share your
screen.
Screen. I think everybody's ready to see what you're saying. This isn't something you're not going to see 200 grand already, because I'm really blowing this up now. So what you see now, I'm probably going to triple that in the next month, because I'm really starting to figure this thing out. So let me share. Once you hit share, I can bring you on screen.
Let me share. Share that screen. I think we're good now.
All right. Add to stream. Okay. There we go. Are you guys seeing the screen right now? I think he's sharing his numbers from, what's the name of that software again, Lance?
So this is Inventory Lab. And the reason I'm sharing this is, I'm not here showing off. Well, maybe a little bit. It's fun because you guys are all doing what I do. We like to show off to each other a little bit. We feel good about who else can we go to? We all know what each other does. So, but the main reason I'm showing you this is I'm not giving up my .com business. .com's still awesome. Here's all the, how Inventory Lab, what they do is they take out all your expenses. This is the Amazon referral fees, the FBA fees. What I have not put in here yet is, Barrington, what's something like Scan Power, all the monthly fees, like your AWeb or the stuff that you guys pay for your services. Gas mileage isn't in here. So there's a lot of stuff that I got to take out. But right now I'm at $301,000 net profit. That was for 2020. In 14 years, I've never made that much, profit. So the .com business is here to stay. But what's exciting to me is that my sales right now in Canada are pacing .com. So wouldn't that be cool to have two of these $300,000 figures? Why not multi-clone yourself, clone your .com and have two accounts that are kicking butt.
That would be nice.
That's the .com there. So I took a screenshot I just did that. That's why I was kind of scrambling in the beginning of this. Me and Barrington just jumped on this thing. We were like, we got to jump on. We weren't even prepared. He finally convinced me, not like he was trying to convince me, but I was wrestling with this. Like, I don't know if you guys notice, I'm really into products. I'm not as much into like doing courses myself. That's why we have this awesome balanced team. But Barrington motivated me with his coffee class. And I said, you can't one up me. I got to go in there and do a class too now, partner. But it's not even about that. That's just joking around. But like this Canada thing it's really, I never imagined it could be this good. And some of the techniques I'm using, like you're going to see when you guys hop in, how not like it's so simple anybody can do it, but you're going to be like relieved of, it's almost going to set you back like, oh, this is what it was like 7 years ago. when it wasn't as saturated. Saturation is just such a belly burner when you're constantly seeing listings. Everybody is already there. This is a new landscape. So that's what I'm really excited about. So let me show you guys my sales this year so far. U.S. sales 2020. I just took a screenshot before we hopped on here. And I did that because I didn't want to.
Before you go any further, I love this. I love that we're doing this now because you have a benchmark. We can say we did this live on February 4th.
Yes, yes.
I tell you, within 10 days or by next month or so, we can actually go back and say, okay, on February 4th, this is where I was. Now look here at a month or 2 months down the road. Look at my Canada number. So I love that you actually took the screenshot.
Yeah, I think so too, Barrington. I'm glad you just, sprinkled that point in here because that's really what we're doing. We want to see, not like we're trying to say, oh, we made $1 million. We want to see what the improvement is. Maybe somebody's sitting out there and they're like, man, I only got scroungy 5,000 this year. That's not scroungy. What's scroungy is when you don't improve and you don't increase that. It's all about like what point can you get to? That's one of our main principles at Balance. It's not about your numbers. It's about how much you can increase, how much you can improve, be that most improved player. So that's my U.S. sales so far. I'm a little disappointed. It's funny, Barrington, because I took off like the whole month of January to spend with Luca. I've been home with him and like I needed this time. December was crazy. As you can see in December, if I go back to my sales in December alone, let's inch this thing over a little bit. Let's see the profit for December. It was 40 grand. It's funny. I did less in December than I did like in March last year. So it's not just all about Q4 anymore, guys. I hope you saw that. But as you can see, I was busy in December. So it felt so good. Me and Luke are out making snowmen every day. Just relaxing, enjoying, because I'm using my time more wisely now. My whole garage is cleaned out. That's one of my biggest accomplishments. You go in that garage, there's nothing. I parked my car in there the other day. That's one of the coolest things. And Gina said, I got to get to work early. I said, no problem. Let me park the car in the garage. But I had to climb out the back hatch because there was no room to get out.
But you know what's interesting too, Lance? A lot of times we have people go out, they purchase all these items, they come back, they put them in the garage, and they go out and look for the next treasure hunt and, to buy again and to go over and over. Yeah. But what we're seeing is if you are not structured where you have a process, where okay, this comes in on Monday, we're going to get this out by Wednesday, we're going to list today, we're going to ship out. If you don't have a weekly process, it's going to get overwhelming where you have all this inventory sitting in the back and you just don't do anything and you feel overwhelmed and you're just like, oh, this business is not working because you're looking at the inventory. It's not at Amazon for people to purchase it. You're just looking at the inventory. We want to take you out of that mode to get you into a routine of success, meaning, okay, we're going to purchase when this comes in. And I'm telling you, Lance just shared something with me today about how to get inventory to your door without leaving the house. That is one that we're going to explore with this group. And I can tell you guys, that alone could be a game changer. Just that nugget alone could be a game changer in how to acquire inventory at your door, good amount of inventory, not even buy online, ship to your house, just a totally different strategy. That's a win-win-win. That is going to be something that we're going to explore in this group. And this group is probably just going to be a limited 6-week class with Lance, but it's seasonal stuff, all the seasonal stuff, the candy, the chocolate, all the seasonal stuff. That is what he is passionate about. For me, it's coffee. Lance, it's chocolate, candy, all those specialty things. That's what he loves to do. And he makes a lot of money doing it. So if you're one of the lucky ones to be on there, you are going to see what I'm talking about with having the master of products, guiding you through all the landmines to take you into Canada, to start selling in Canada. It's a good feeling to have multiple streams of income where it's like it's the same products you're buying every day, but now you're making money in a different marketplace.
And you know another thing, Barrington, I heard rumors, and they're not rumors, they came right from Barrington, that people were saying, is Lance doing the Easter thing again? Is he doing the Easter thing again? This might be the Easter thing this year. This might be, I'm almost thinking it is, because there's so much opportunity up there, and we're gonna do this thing, and there might be an opportunity to continue on to the next season. But we're going to start with this now. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves. This is I think we're going to call it the seasonal Canada, something like that. I don't know what the name's going to be, but it's basically discovering the opportunities that are there in Canada right now. And mostly candy for me, grocery items, not just candy, grocery items, because people can't remote fulfill that stuff right now. I want to be where nobody else is. That's what I love about this.
So this guys, follow us as we lead you to the pastures of gold in terms of the new opportunities. That's all I have to tell you. Get motivated and just follow as we lead to these pastures, because whenever we find these nuggets, whenever we find these new watering holes, we're going to come on and we're going to share that information with you. You see, this is an impromptu live. This is nothing that was advertised or scheduled. We just thought that, hey, we wanted to jump on here and share this information. But let me tell you another thing. Someone was asking, what about ungating for chocolate? It's much easier to get ungated in Canada than it is in the US. And you want to be getting that done now before it gets saturated. Everybody's there. And you're going to be like, man, this is not working again. So many people are here. You have to be the pioneers. You have to be in the forefront of making this happen. So what I wanted to do, are there any questions? Post them in the comment section. If you have questions, just drop them in the comment section, because we want to take these comments. We want to talk to you guys about exactly what is going to happen with this limit. I think it's only going to be like 30 people. I can tell you that right now. It's only going to be 30 people.
And I'm glad this is starting early too, Barrington, because there might be people that are gated. And the good thing about Canada, it's not instant that everything's going to work, but you might need a week or two to get all your I's dotted, T's crossed. Yes. We're going to even dot the J's. We got to make sure the J's are dotted too, So we get this all ready, and you'll be set up for Easter. That's why we're kicking this thing off early. Day after Valentine's Day, it's on.
That's it. And you know the beautiful thing about this, Lance? I can tell you, when Lance was, in the US, because things are saturated, you're always thinking, well, you got to go a multi-pack because everybody's on a single listing. Mm-hmm. If you guys understand the next statement that is coming out of my mouth, you will see how amazing this opportunity is. In the US, for the opportunity, you got to jump on the double listing or the multi-pack or the bundles. We are talking about selling on single listings.
Jingles.
Individual products, individual products. So this is not like, man, I got to go create 2 packs and 3 packs. This is just selling on the main SKU. That is what we're talking about. The Canada market is so open right now, Lance. They pay a premium. They buy coffee from me right now and they ship it into Canada. I mean, I'm selling a pound of coffee in Canada for sometimes $109. I mean, yes, that's about 84, 85 US dollars, but you see what I'm talking about? And they're paying that.
Oh, it's nuts. Like, just to give you guys an idea, I don't know if there's any candy. I will give out a nugget right now just because we're not stingy,
I like that. You're not stingy. He has an abundance mentality.
But pretty much, like I sent up, I just want to do a test. And the good thing about the seasons is we're gonna look at how we can target what's hot. And we're not going after stuff that might sell this. Like, we're going after the winners. We're going to make sure we explode this thing and you get instant results. It's not going to be like, okay, I'm waiting. Let's wait for the other sellers to get out. We're looking for the best products. So I sent up some of the Hershey Kisses, one of the popular Hershey Kisses for Valentine's Day. Just a
Lance,
single pack.
You want to share screen and just bring it up on Amazon? I want to kind of have a visual. Let's bring up that on like Amazon.com or wherever, or just even the picture on Google. I want to have a visual. just to kind of see.
I'll do Google just because.
Yeah, just do Google. Yeah, just do Google. I want to see a visual.
I'll be out there selling it. I don't want everybody to see my story. You know, I got to hide some stuff.
And somebody was asking, is the time for meltables longer up in Canada or it's May 1st like the US? I think it's the same May 1st.
No, I think it's a little later, Barrington. I remember Pauline being like really excited about that. It's either later, it either cuts off later or it starts earlier, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure there's some leniency with that, but it's not all about chocolate. Most of the stuff I'm selling isn't chocolate. But let's just look at a chocolate product right now just because we could still sell it. But like, let's see. Let's just do Hershey Hearts. Just like a little single pack. Something like this. See this right here from Target, these hearts? Mm-hmm. That right there, $24.99, $29.99 all day long. Sales coming in. Not sale here, sale there. Just boom, 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 boom. Something like that. That's just an example. I don't know if that's the exact product, but that's an example of stuff that we're sending up there. So we're going to explore what we can do together and get you there quicker than trying to do this on your own logistically, as far as product selection. And this is one of the first times in a while that Barrington and I are coming out. We're not just the face, but it's our course too. You know, like this is our courses. Typically, we like to trust our team more, and you know, we give them opportunities, and we come in and we host. But now we're like, we got to go out and do one too. You know, we got to put our courses out there too. So that's what we're doing.
Because we're doing it. I love coffee. When I say love coffee, I drink coffee all day long. I sell coffee all day long, right around the clock. So I can easily talk about, you know, what's happening with coffee, what I'm doing with coffee. So what I want you guys to think about is I had a conversation with a client of mine. It was 4 or 5 years ago. And he was asking me how much for 4 hours of consulting, but I was busy. I was really busy. So I just threw out a number. I said, you know what, $29.97. And he's like, okay, let's do it for 4 hours. I mean, I'm just telling you straight here, for 4 hours. And he said, okay, let's do it. So I set him up with 5 SKUs in the UK or Europe market. And I can tell you right now, he probably did 400,000 euros. You know, the conversation was like, listen, what I gave you was a drop in the bucket compared to what I'm making.
I knew I could, Barrington. You got to charge. You have to.
Like, I knew I could go on YouTube. I knew I could go figure it out myself. That's fine. But you know what? Taking the shortcut, figuring out all the DHL and the EORI and all those things for the UK and just getting it done was way easier for me to get it done. So that is the idea. We want you guys to get to market faster. Get to market with having someone there over 6 weeks saying, okay, I'm hitting a snag here. What supplier can I use to apply, get an invoice to get approved in this category? So that's what we want to help you guys with. And I mean, Lance does this every year. So this is like pre-talking about. Every year he does this. But this year, it's special because of the added bonuses, the added things that he has learned over the past year. And that's the reason he can only take 30 persons. It's just 30 persons. And I'm going to be I'm going to be putting a link in here for.
And also, Barrington, we're going to do the whole 9 yards, the WhatsApp group, just so you guys can engage me, like really engage me. I know sometimes I'm kind of one off and it's hard to get a hold of us because we're so busy, but we both agreed that we're going to pour all we got into this thing. And we got Easter coming up. And I'm sure we're going to be talking about .com too, you know, but we really want this group to get all the value they can out of Canada. So that's our goal in this group, just to explore what we can do up there right now. And there's my sales from Canada for this year. Did around 35,000. But the rate I'm on right now, I think February is probably going to be double that. And we're probably just going to keep doubling just because the rapid rate of product selection and what I'm finding out about the velocity up there is really pushing me to take my time and put it more to Canada. Before I was like, that's might be a waste, you know? Like, we know that Monday hits. Next thing you know, it's Monday again. Have you guys ever had that feeling like, man, I feel like there's not enough time in the day, you know? I don't have time for Canada because I'm trying to figure out this .com thing. But I'm telling you guys, it's really, when I first started, I know I'm rambling because I got a lot to say, but when I first started, I would just send up a shipment a month. And I'd be like, okay, there's my one shipment a month. I'll make an extra $900. That pays, you know, a car bill, an electric bill, whatever. But now it's like I'm doing this because I see how good this is. This isn't just paying a bill anymore. This is like really working.
This could go mortgage. It's big.
this is going mortgage now. Like, it's at mortgage level. And I mean, this month I'm thinking at least 10 grand profit. I mean, at the least, it could be 20. Just because it's nuts up. And I'm not sitting here bragging. You guys know me. I'm sitting here in my modest basement. Like, I'm not sitting in a Ferrari talking to you guys. Like, this is me in Barrington. We're not those kind of clowns. Like, we're just really excited about this.
No, I'm actually pulling up the link right now. And I'm going to give you just the option to register for this. So, you know, you register and just get on the waiting list. We're going to, you know, send it out sometime, maybe down in the next week or later on. But being the first on it, I can tell you, it's seriously 30 persons. That's it. You will see admins in there, but seriously 30 persons, because it's so good that we want you to succeed. So we're going to pour the next 6 weeks in, just like starting the 15th, 6 weeks after that, you go right into the season. You go right into all the challenges.
We're going to tear this thing up. I mean, we're going to tear it up.
I like when he says that.
If you don't feel like you're going to tear it up, you know, you get to the point you're like, this ain't working for me, probably because you're not doing anything. But that's fine. We'll still give the gravy back. We're not the kind of guys that like, oh, well, you paid us, you know, too bad. Ha ha. Like, it's really no risk. And I know it's a little bit more than we usually charge, but I felt like that was my only option just because it's such premium content, you know? So that's the reason I'm doing that. I'm not trying to be all cute and charging a lot of money. It's just the only thing I could think of. Me and Barrington decided, like, hey, if you're going to do this, it has to be a limited people and more of a premium price than we typically charge.
Okay, so I dropped the form in the on all the pages. You should see this on, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching wherever, you should see this form. And I can tell you right now, look out, if you're one of the lucky ones, look out for this one tip that Lance just shared with me today. And I can tell you, it has to do with you not touching the product in terms of getting it to yourself. So for me, it's everything. I live here on an island. So what he told me today was just like eye-opening. I live here on an island. And I've actually already thought about how to make this double, triple. I've already thought about that. So you are going to, no, Karen, it's just for those who are on. I just dropped on the link. Hey, that's Karen there. You know, when we see like Karen on here, Diana on here, these are the take action kind of people. These are the take action. So just register for the let me see. Mary is saying she don't see the form. Oh, Mary, there she is. Let me drop it again. I just posted again. It's on. Let me see if I can just drop it on.
Hey guys, I don't want you to think, oh, he's too big for his britches. Look what he's charging now. You know, like Barrington's probably like, you're always feeling bad. Stop feeling bad. That's how I am all the time, you know. But it's like, I just wanted it to be premium, and we don't usually offer these like high end, you know, offerings. But I really think it's worth it. I probably should have charged a little more, honestly, but I didn't want to be too scary. I just wanted to make it premium, but not like blowing people's shorts off.
And you know what? I tell you, Lance, you know what? Once you do something and it's premium, people appreciate it. So that's the end of that.
So yep.
That is the end of that. But right now, what questions do you have? We have a few more minutes on here. I would love to get your specific questions on Canada, your apprehensions, I don't think this is going to work. We love to hear that, because that's the challenge. Like, we're going to prove it with the numbers.
Punks, we don't care. We want to hear it.
I see Brooke on here too. Brooke, what's going on, man? Let me see if I can get you on here real fast. But
yeah, get Brooke on.
Register for, and you know what? It's like when we get Brooke on here, it's like a combination. If you ever get Brooke's list or whatever, your mind is just going to expand now. Like, okay, the same thing on the US, we can do the same thing on Canada. It's just going to blow your minds. So let me.
I've already done that, Bear. I took something from Brooke's list and I set it up there. It's going for like $100, and it's going for like $30 in the US. Said thanks, Brooke.
So let me see some questions. Lance, can you take the questions? I'm going to try to get Brooke on here. So just look.
Okay, how do I look at the question? Okay, comments. Here we go. I don't see the form. Mary said I went in the form. I think you figured that out. Let me see.
I just sent it again. I dropped it on Facebook.
I go down to the top. Okay, yeah, I sold in Canada Q4. Somebody said they know the power then. I sell a lot of bedding products. I actually sent up some bedding too up there. I had an awesome, I used to sell bed pillows, and that was $1 million business, $3.3 million in sales, bed pillows. So I was actually thinking of revisiting a little bit of that, and maybe, partying in Canada a little bit with that. Let's see what else we got here. What's going on, Barrington and Lance? Not much. We miss you too. Mine just says Facebook user for everybody, probably because I'm not logged in.
Yeah.
Don't tell them. Here it is. That's probably Diana. Don't tell them. Make them come to Jamaica with us. She knows how good it is. Sorry, I couldn't help myself, Diana. I got to start talking. But you know what? We're going to do this in a way where there's so many products to send up there. There's so much candy. There's a lot of different opportunities. And the good thing about Canada is it's not there the very next night. There's a couple processes that have to be done. And I've noticed that you'll sell yours out. The next person comes in and the inventory keeps moving, where it's not like a whole locked up listing of like 300 people. So that's why I wanted to make it 30 too. Like, I wasn't ready to give this thing away totally. I wanted to make it where it's not going to saturate it. This looks like more technical questions. Yes, I've used Pauline. Let's see. Here's a form. Anthony Smith. Party. What's up, Anthony? Can you respond on Facebook? Yeah, it doesn't look like many questions. Maybe I'm missing them. I don't see a lot of questions, though. So I think we're good.
Cool. Let me see if I can get Brooke on here.
And if you guys think, hey, this is a little bit more high than you guys usually charge, you don't have to join. But it's one of those things where it's so good. I'm like, you're either with us or you aren't. So it's not a big deal. I kind of don't want to share it anyhow. So it's so good. I told Barrington, I was like, we got to charge a little bit. And if people don't sign up, well, then I'm not sharing it. So it's like a win-win for me no matter what.
Yeah. Let me.
Most of the questions here are just technical issues, Barrington. People are saying someone could figure out how to find NARF listings with no Canada FBA. That would be pure gold. What's NARF? I'm not sure what that is. North American Free Trade. North American Free Trade.
No, I'm thinking it has maybe it's one of those Yaducks, like the NCH. Like those toys or
instead of the dog going arf arf, he's going narf narf.
Watch your your mailbox for add to follow. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna switch to my. Is my connection okay still, Barrington? I feel like I'm going in and out.
No, you're
okay.
North America. There she is. North American remote fulfillment. We're going to talk about that as well. Yeah. So Lance, just give them an idea about the whole remote fulfillment and why groceries don't qualify right now.
Yep, that's why I mentioned that earlier. I actually didn't know thanks for telling me that, because I always just said remote. I didn't know it was North American remote fulfillment. But the reason I brought that up is because the grocery items, I don't know if anytime Amazon rolls something out new, they probably want to make sure that they're being compliant with, what products are allowed to go where. I know there's a lot of that stuff that goes on with grocery items where you have to worry about compliance because you're consuming the product. So it looks like right now that a lot of those aren't considered for remote. Some people are listing them as party favors. So you can still do the remote fulfillment. But we all know that's probably not compliant with Amazon. If you have a grocery item, you can't do toys and games party item. You have to list it as grocery. So it's just another barrier to entry when you're dealing with something that isn't so easy, where you might have to use somebody like Pauline or, DHL, where you're not using that nice, comfortable, partnership with Amazon fulfillment.
Right. Brooke, are you on here? Let me send it on Messenger, because we sell a lot of grocery. 94% of our inventory is grocery, right? So the thing is, Amazon, as Lance just mentioned, they are not comfortably yet doing the grocery. They'll do toys and books and that kind of stuff with the NARF. And what that is where you have the products at Amazon.com, and someone comes on Amazon.ca and they're going to make the purchase on CA, but Amazon will fill from the inventory you already have on their .com platform. So you don't have to worry about shipping it to Amazon FBA Canada yourself. But for now, they're only doing the toys and books and that kind of stuff, not grocery items. And I can tell you, grocery is the big thing for us because it's a replan. They just keep buying over and over and over and over. That is the reason why we're excited about it, because a lot of times to make sure that you are at the forefront, getting the best things done. Brooke, are you still on here? I'm going to shoot you this link right now.
Man, Barrington, I was so excited to get on this. Usually I kind of comb the hair a little bit. I'm looking her off. I was so excited to get on this webinar. I said, I'm not cleaning up or anything. I'm just hopping on real quick. Let's do this thing.
Brooke will be jumping on now.
I got that mean lighting, the lighting that comes straight down. It makes you look a little mean. I like that. Maybe people take it more serious.
No question. Put a 1 in the chat or a 2. Are you already selling on Canada? First thing, are you already selling on Canada? Put a 1 in the chat. If you're on Facebook, we'll see it too. Wherever you are, we'll see it. Just put a 1 in the chat. We have a few minutes left to go, maybe 8-9 minutes before we hop off of here. Mary, that's good. Once you get the class done up, we're going to send out all of the details. We just wanted to see who were interested. So
I think we're a bunch of jokers. Press 2. There we go, 2. I got you. We're giving them free pass. I'm in Canada, so yes, I like that one. They're like, oh, no, you're telling on me. Don't send the people up here.
Oh, there's Big Brooke.
What's up, guys? What is up?
What's up, my partners, Artner?
Oh, man, just working on a shipment right now, trying to get some stuff out the door. So, what are you guys up to?
All right, sit here. If you didn't get form on, I'll send it to you directly on WhatsApp. Don't worry yourself. I'm going to send it on WhatsApp.
Yeah, we'll get it on WhatsApp.
I'll have it to guys.
Does anybody here not have WhatsApp? We can email or something like that.
Yeah, we're going to put an email out there. But, I wanted these guys who are on to take action early because these are the action takers. So,
there's my man.
There he is.
There he is.
There's my little guy. There's Tucker. Say hi.
Big Tucker.
What's going on, Tucker?
Tucker, you want to sell in Canada, bud?
He said, yep.
Oh, he's
Me and Lance were talking about this yesterday. He had, we were FaceTiming, letting Luca and Tucker see each other, and he was like, dude, I took one of your items and I sent it over to Canada, and I'm just making crazy amounts of money on it. And I was like, you dirty dog, you didn't tell me you were doing that.
Dirty dog. I love calling each other dirty dogs. That's my favorite.
So yeah, guys, getting in on this early as quick as you can. I've heard you a little bit, Lance. I came in at the tail end here, and well, you're limiting this to 30 people. So I mean, this is going to get gone quick. I already see a lot of people asking for the form, so I would definitely, guys, jump in on this as quick as you can.
Yep. Thanks,
and you
bro.
know, the beautiful thing about this, it's 6 weeks to really get you to get done. And then remember, stuff that you're buying, you could sell it on the .com just as fast, but it's like, hey, let's get double Yaffits. Let's get it on .com and let's get it on
Tucker, look, I got this for you, bud. No, train. See, Tucker play trains, bud. Look. Which one do you like the best? This one?
Yeah.
Luca likes this one.
Yeah, that way the train can go on the track.
Yeah.
I like it when the kids are on. They just
He said, hey, dummy, put the train on the track, man.
you know what?
Tucker, watch. Here it comes. Oh, no, he's stuck. Here he goes. Woohoo! There you go, bud. Whoa. Yeah, I tell you what, though, guys, we're glad to have you on. He crashed, though. So, it's, I think this is the best way to do it, Barrington. I was just struggling with this, and I told Brooke, too, I was like, I don't know if I should launch this. And Barrington always tells me that encouraging verse. Give to how's it go, Luke? Your favorite Bible verse.
Practice giving. You got to just practice giving. That's the key to the whole thing.
Practice taking. No, don't do that.
So once you're registered, you will get the information. If you're not registered, you have me on WhatsApp. You can hit me up on WhatsApp because I want to deal with the people who are, action takers. So
You guys won't regret this. I'm so glad I got up there. So it's my pleasure to, and honor to help everybody else. It feels good to get back into this, Barrington. Like,
Lance, what is your, in terms of, we have a few more minutes here. What's your, what do you look at for if a product is selling in the US? Like, give me some numbers. $29.99.
Here's the cool thing. A lot of times you can get a $1 product, like a little dollar candy thing. Send it up there, sell it for $19.99. So let's say it costs you $3 after all the imports, and you'll get your bill. You'll be able to break down. You get all your costs. You break it down, and then you divide it by however many units you sent up, and you have your per unit cost. That's just typical business 101. And then the good thing is that when you price $19.99 Canadian, you're only getting charged 8% commission. So we're going to be talking about that too. In the US, it's $14.99. So you got a little wiggle room. Of course, you're working in Canadian anyhow, so it brings it down. But you can send stuff up there for a couple bucks, and you can really, that's your velocity products that you send up. They just keep moving, replenishing, that you're making $7, $8, $9, $10 a unit. And then you send up another item and you say, I'm going to try bumping it up. Let me bump it up today to $29.99 just to get my average up. Next thing you know, you have an average of 20 and 30, 50. Now you're making $25 per unit. You're selling it for $25 per unit because you took a couple of days and just bumped the price up a little bit. So you can play around. If you got a repricer algorithm, that's what me and Barrington talk about. We'll talk about the repricer we use too. That we just recently started using, and we paid $3,000 for this thing. That's why it's like, if you have a product that works, you pay the $3,000. Yeah, it stinks. You had to pay $3,000, but it hurts the belly at first. By the time February, March hits, you forgot about it. You're like, man, this thing's great. It made me a lot of money. It made me a ton of money.
I have to say this before we close up, but just him talking about that alone will make you so much that you never even think about it. I mean, I know Mary Mickelson, she's on here. She understands exactly. She's a repricer. But I'm telling you right now, would you pay someone, I broke it down, Lance. Would you pay someone $245 a month to put a penny on your item and then go up and then you make $3 more while you're sleeping? Or do you want to go and physically do it every day? You go in there, you change the price. That's what moves the buy box. That's what, sends that email like, hey, the price has gone up by $1. People are going to buy. I would easily pay somebody even $400 a month to do that grunt work that I don't want to do. Sometimes you have a sweet product and you're selling all nice. And then you go off to search for something else. And then a week passes. You're not making any sales on it. So you're like, what's going on? You jump back on the listing. Somebody's down on like the price by 20 cents. You just lost a whole week worth of sales.
You lost a week.
Not with
you know
this
what I like what you said, Barrington? I love what you just said about sleeping. The worst feeling is when you wake up, somebody else is winning while you're sleeping and while they're sleeping. You wake up, you check your account. Everybody does this in the morning. I know some people act like, oh, I never check my email or, because I'm too above that. But everybody checks their dang Amazon sales in the morning. And
Yep.
Isn't it the worst feeling? You wake up, you got like 3 sales or maybe not even a sale. 9 o'clock hits, 10 o'clock hits, still no sale. I'm waking up in the morning now. I'm already seeing like $700, $800 at 9 o'clock. And, it jumps to $1,500. That's it.
Don't say it.
That's it. Don't talk too much, Lance. Shut up.
Don't say it. Let me tell you something right now. I was used to like starting the day as seeing sometimes, $50, $125, and you're like, wow, yeah. It's 1 o'clock. Aren't you going to go, just trigger some prices? And we know that works. When you move the prices around, we know that works for sales. But doing it manually, have to be worried about doing it manually is the worst feeling. I can tell you, you log into your account, steady $2,000 days, not Q4, nothing to do with that. Steady $2-3 grand days. And you're just like, wow, you have paid for yourself over and over and over and over. And sometimes we're apprehensive. We don't want to bite the bullet. We're thinking, oh, I gotta go spend this. But let me tell you something. If somebody said, okay, if you're going to buy ads for $245, you're going to make sale of $2,450, would you buy the ads? It's like a no-brainer. Somebody tells you you're going to pay $39.99 to sell on Amazon, 15% commission. I don't know. I'm thinking this is too much. It's a no-brainer. That's what we wanted to do. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Brooke, thanks for joining us.
Can I share one more thing there?
Yep, share one more thing.
I'm just looking at my sales now. I'm up at like for Canada today, it's at like 4,200. But that's not just Canada. That's like the global sales.
Mm-hmm.
But Canada today, I'm almost at 900. I mean, that's cool. That's extra gravy. And today's probably more of a slow day. Yesterday it was like 2,000 in Canada. I never thought I'd do 2,000 Canadian in a day. Because before it was just send up a box, wait a month. Okay, there's my car payment. There's my cell phone payment. But now it's like a business up there.
I love that you said that. It's now a business.
It's now a business in Canada.
Business. So that's the difference about this, guys. You're running a business. So again, I'm going to post this in all of our WhatsApp groups. You guys will see it. So if you're on, just look in one of the WhatsApp groups. You will see the form coming up, and maybe in a day or so we're gonna put this out. But we're saying it is only 30 people. We're gonna
Valentine's Day. I'm telling you, February.
We start on the 15th, but obviously the groups are gonna be open early. But that's it. It's 6 weeks. It's a masterclass. It's 6 weeks, and you're done. And guess what? This is seasonal. So if you're done in 6 weeks and he does something else, you'll already be in there and you'll already know. It's the proof is in the pudding. You're going to know, is this guy deliver or does he deliver?
If this thing works out, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going into summer seasonal, but we got to see how it goes first. But I'm 99.9% confident it's going to go great.
Well, I got some summer seasonal items for you. I can tell you that. I got some items for the summer that'll go crazy in Canada. I guarantee it. And I'll tell you this. I bet you my group probably gets most of your 30 spots. I bet you before you release it to the public.
We're going to have to make a deal, too, where we can get Brooks List involved. Well, you know, we love package deals. We love package deals.
We can, and that's the other part. I mean, I've had a lot of people that sell in Canada on my groups, and they take those and make listings for them in Canada, and boom. I mean, and I'll tell you something else. You guys know I love my Pioneer Woman. Pioneer Woman sells like crazy in Canada. Crazy.
I'm going to shave my head, Barrington. I'm so excited. I'm just going to shave my head, come back downstairs.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Once you register, drop the Facebook group, we'll drop it on WhatsApp. Thank you so much for joining us. Look out for this. Within a day or two, you're going to see it. Only 30 persons can jump on this, and Lance is going to be your director for 6-week masterclass selling in Canada, seasonal selling in Canada. Thank you all so much for coming on. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Enjoy.
Thank you, Brooke, for hopping on with us, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.